Good morning out there. My name is Marko Hänen and I'm the founder of the Help the Oceans. Thank you for following us in wherever you are, and actually today is a little bit special day for me, as it is in my life. How should I put it this one? As you all know that my wife is actually going to she has his ovarian cancer carrier at the moment, and she has done now in 2 times chemotherapy. And yes, here is my lovely wife, and what I can say, as you can see, after 2 times chemotherapy, she is still having one more time to coming up, and that's gonna be on next Tuesday, which is in April 20. And so far, after 2 chemotherapies, as you can see, she has a really nice thick hair. Sorry, she had a really nice thick black hair. Also on her right hand side over there, you can see it when you look in the picture. You can see it in the right hand side corner in the picture on the wall, white wall, on her hair. She's a 5'2", 152 centimeters tall, 154 centimeters tall, and she had a hair all the way to her buttocks. And after 2 chemotherapies, she actually lost everything. So in having said that one, this is actually reality in the modern world and where we are at the moment. What should I say more about that? Because it is very actually a touching in the sense of when the woman loses all her hair. But that is the reality. There's not so much things we can worry about it, as the chemotherapy has to be done, operation will be done, and then of course hair will grow back. That's the reality over there. Let's go a little bit on about the publicity of the Help the Oceans. As we all know, there is 7.8 billion people in this world. What I've done in the past is to basically help the oceans on my whole life in the 34 years at sea. What I will done on the future, once all the funding is done, is to help the oceans by myself, not from the cargo, not from the oil tankers, not from the yachts, not from the cruise ships, in my own boat, my own sailboat. It's going to be about 80 to 100 feet long steel sailboat, which can accommodate in the crew. That one we're going to talk about a little bit later. And whatever happens over there will be basically published and recorded, because that is what is happening on the world. As we all know, we are polluting on the oceans. We, as a human population, 7.8 billion people, every single person, one way or the other, actually handling on the plastics almost every day. It's a toy, it's a package, it's a product. We use it, we handle it, we dispose it. We dispose it to where? That is the tricky part. Where do you dispose it? Yes, you put it on a garbage bin. Well, that's a nice thing to do. You close the garbage bin, and then of course it goes to the garbage disposal. Then it goes to the landfill, hopefully, and then it goes to where? Fly with the wind, to the rivers, to the lakes, to the oceans. that is actually happen. There is not so much things we can actually even arguing about it. Those ones which are freely disposed in open air might fly, might not fly. They don't have wings, only we have a wind. So that is reality. And of course, when it ended up in oceans, we had this, I think it was, when was it? 2015? Plastic whale in Norway. If you're looking for the video clip on that one, you can find it in anywhere. You do it in the Google search in the plastic whale. That poor whale actually ended up in fjords. Fjords, you know what is fjords? It's a small, basically, expansion for the sea to the between the mountains or lands in somewhere, and then it's gonna end. In a small town in the Norway, the whale already knew on his or her head that this is gonna be my end, because I can't eat. I lost actually so much on the body weight. You can see it also in that clip. The scientific guys, they actually predict that it lost, what was it, 40 to 50% of body weight? It was actually when found it and weighed it 2 tons, and it's supposed to be on that age in the 4 tons. And then comes to the skin thickness, that was gone. Well, if you can't eat, you can't produce. You can't make it your skin in the thicker. Then comes to the scientific and want to know what the whale has eaten lately. And devastation starts from there. I think there was a large amount of plastics. Small ones, big ones. And that's happening actually, reality. Big things. And then the other local citizens in that same village take the production team to the place where is a huge amount of plastics. By washing on the rocks, between the rocks and well, that's a large amount. You can see it when you look at it over there. I'm not going to provide the links to the plastic whale in the Google. And yes, I got, of course, sometimes people start to do and give a negative feedback. That's a normal thing for the human society. As some people like it, some people don't like it. And, well, this is what I like to do and what I have done. There's nothing anybody can argue with that one. I have a 34 years on record on that one. However, as I was laid off a long time ago from the, well, blah, blah, blah. I got the negative feedback from that one in the LinkedIn in one person, blah, blah, blah. As always, somebody who's has nothing to do with the life at sea, who's in a book person and sitting behind the desk and give a comments. It's a very, very normal. I don't mind for those ones. Every human being have a own, of course, own opinions. Be out sea, when you out sea, you become different. When you're behind the desk, you're different. That's how it works, actually. And unfortunately, I can't, and, well, I don't need to stop those ones. And yeah, then comes the language barriers. That really smart person over there give a comments regarding the language. Well, I honestly, I've been at sea in the 34 years, and in my nature is I speak 7 different languages. And I'm only speaking English in here. There's nothing about it. I've been in Australia, and I can basically blimey, watch out. I know the few really not so happy sentences in Australian, and of course I've been on India in so many times, and I can go back to the India and talk about in Indian language, but I love Indians. They are really good people. Unfortunately, as a really large nation in India, there is also different part. And all of you Indian people, let's start now in a project where you who want to keep the ocean plastic free or make it plastic free as it is already polluted. Join me, do the donations, and then we can start the campaign towards against those people actually who are polluting day by day on your country. Because India, unfortunately, is one of the biggest one in the polluters. There is not so much as we as a small community can do about it. But what we can do, creating in a bigger community, as you all know, baby steps, step by step. Become older, get the more people, and then we are out there. So, it is funny world. Having said that one, actually, as I noticed and I published in my previous videos on my YouTube channels, to get the big picture, you do have to actually look of the episode after episode after episode. Because as you know, if you're looking for the movie, you don't look at it, description, or maybe you're looking at descriptions, and then you start the middle of the movie and you finish in just after the middle of the movie. You get your opinion how the movie was. Those really not so popularly happy people, as the many people don't like those, called critics, as they're looking for every single part of the movie and make the critics or positive feedback on that one. Same is with the Help the Oceans. You can and you will and you continue doing criticizing. That's the normal human society. To get the big picture, you do have to actually look from the beginning all the way to the end. And the funny part on that one, as we are not even close to the finish yet, you can't actually make your final statement what was the whole thing with the Help the Oceans. You can make a partially comment. And I hope that they will be in the positive side. But I know that we all have our own visions. And of course, we all do our own work. Whatever you do is really appreciated. And as we all know, sorry about it. And I actually know from the life at sea, every single person on the ship is really, really valuable person. So no matter what you do, it is basically needed. Captain basically, it's just a captain. Captain is in charge on the whole thing. Then we have all the deck officers, then we have engine guys, then we have galley people, we have housekeeping people, and then we have utility people. Every single person is really, really valuable. Because one person can basically run the ship. You can, but you have a lot of things to do because one person has to do all the jobs. Eventually, that person will run out of power and need to rest. Because from the cleaning, cooking, steering, avoiding collisions, filming, basically sending, talking, one person is actually overloaded really, really fast. So it is actually one of those things in which is Mission Impossible. But I would say there's a good movie on that one, Mission Impossible. But only what I said it many times, and I keep on saying, I need your help. Because one person cannot run the whole thing. And well, I have actually just pop up on my head in Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin in the beginning, he's a really living, he was a really different kind of living human being. In the beginning, of course, very outspoken, really outspoken. And he has more criticizing people than actually, many people don't like it when you are too outspoken. You are too active and you've spoken, and of course you get those people who actually criticize him a lot. Outspoken person like the Steve Irwin was, he just couldn't care less. He do what he's good. As always, you have to learn by day to be a good. In the beginning, without any kind of knowledge, you can't be good. You can be good by just saying, but in a demonstration, you can't be good because you have no knowledge to do it. And that's what the Steve Irwin did. So he has a really good life. Hard in the beginning, he didn't give up, and I'm not going to give it up either. And of course, he saw, he made, he created the biggest zoo in Australia. A lot of fans all around the world. I hope to do the same thing, and of course it's kind of really hard part without any kind of production company, and the production companies, they are just refusing. Yeah, Steve Irwin had the money already on the background because his father was really rich and his father did it a lot. My parents, they are living on the other side of the world, and well, they are there, I'm here, so I need your help. So having said that one, please try to support me, as you all know that the fundings are in my YouTube link. Wherever you see this video clip, go down over there. There is a link where you can actually support me, support my wife, as I can't go out to the sea before her ovarian cancer has been removed from her body. And we are actually not talking about the small one. We talk about, let's see, let me take a ruler for out. You see the ruler? Let's do it this way. It is this long, you see, between my fingers, 18 centimeters long, which is 7 inches. It is 10 centimeters wide, which is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, that's a 4 inches wide. And, sorry, it was actually 13 centimeters, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 inch wide, and then centimeters thick, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 inches thick. Ovarian cancer. And you can imagine in that size in ovarian cancer, which is actually CT scanned, that size of this ovarian cancer from the woman who is basically 49 kilos, which is, what is it, 120 pounds? Really tiny. That is the really big part. So I will not get it out to the sea. I like to get it in the fundings starting, so I have a fundings once the operation is done. We talk about probably about 2 more months before her next operation is after 1 week, and after that one is going to be 1 month to the operation, and then probably about 1, 2, 3, I would say 4 months time, probably, if the funding is done, then we can start the filming and make the reality. All the best over there, and well, as said it, my name is Marko Lainen. I'm the founder of the Help the Oceans, and thank you for your time and patience to look at me and listen what I have it. This is, and I hope this will be, the big story. Have a nice day and happy Songkran, because in Thailand we have actually Songkran festival now, which is banned, blocked. But Songkran festival is a new year on the Thai calendar. Our calendar is, in the Western world, we have it now actually on the year 2021. In Thailand, we have 2564, 2564 year. Have a nice day. Bye bye.